Time to meet our last doer of 2016. And our doer is a Grammy-nominated artist. In fact, he signed his first record contract with Motown Records in 2003. His first record, he sold 180,000 copies of it, and he barely saw any royalties at all. Then his second album came out, and he found that the record label wasn't actually marketing it to all the people who bought the first album, and he asked them why. And the answer was, we don't know who any of those people are. So he went independent, he learned to code, and he built an app so that he could give out his phone number to his fans. And he gives it out at his concerts, in interviews, it's at the top of his Twitter profile, and he's personally replied to over 50,000 fans who have texted him. And now, not only has he used this technology to sell tens of millions of dollars of his music, he's actually raised $1.5 million from Ben Horowitz, and he's productizing this technology called Superphone, and he's bringing it to the world so that anybody can text with their fans. And so our last doer of 2016, Grammy-nominated artist, producer, coder, and entrepreneur, Ryan Leslie. And now I want to invite up Ryan Leslie. Come on up. He's going to tell us a bit more about Superphone, and then he's going to perform for us. Let's hear it for Ryan Leslie.
What's up? What's up, San Francisco? Okay, I guess that's about as much as we're going to get for 2 hours of sitting here and talking and listening. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about Superphone and how it's actually changed my life. So, like Jeff was saying, I left my record company in 2010. And before I left my record company in 2010, I had already had a little taste of what the world was going to be with the impact of social. So my first project, my first big success story is I put my girl on MySpace. And we had a couple songs on MySpace. And my business partner was actually in the room here, Rashid Richmond. He told me, he said, look, Ryan, I want you to go to Google, and I want you to search the MySpace keyword. So I searched the MySpace keyword, and there was my girl, #2 search result, myspace.com/whatever her name was. We're not together no more, so that's it. And literally, over the course of 3 months, she went from 0 friends on MySpace to 650,000 friends on MySpace. Now, basically, that was about 10 years ago. And I watched this kind of phenomenon happen all the time with social media. I don't know if you guys have caught that Chewbacca video. Like, the girl, there's a lady in her car, and she puts on a Chewbacca mask, and she's laughing hysterically. And I sent it to my girl, and she took a look at it and was like, man, this is crazy. We should make a Chewbacca mask video, and we'll be famous. I said, well, that joke is already past, baby. We got to find something else we could do together. But what is really amazing is that the social platforms of today, they give us the ability to build very, very large audiences. The disconnect, though, is that there isn't really a personal connection to the people who follow me on Instagram. I got 240,000. The people who follow me on Twitter, I got 550,000. The people who like my Facebook page, I got 450,000. The people who subscribe to my YouTube videos, I got over 180,000. But the issue is when I really need them to know about something that's going on, when I really need the people in France to know that I got a concert in 2 weeks, when I really need the folks in LA to know that I got a concert, when I need the folks around the world who've actually spent more than $500, when I want to give them the chance to come turn up with me on New Year's Eve, posting widely on a social channel really seems like it's missing the mark. And so that's why I started getting my phone number out. And so initially I thought, okay, I can't use my real cell phone number. I gotta get a Google Voice number. So I got a Google Voice number, and text started coming in. And then, I was excited because, I couldn't respond to the people overseas with Google Voice. So I said, okay, I'm gonna tell everyone that my Google Voice is connected to WhatsApp. And then people started messaging me on WhatsApp. And then after a while, I had 20,000 conversations I was managing on WhatsApp. And I turned my phone on, and then, 25 minutes later, the battery was dead. So I realized that I needed something a little bit more powerful, and actually, it's crazy. I was watching a commercial on YouTube, and it was Dale Earnhardt Jr. and basically it was a texting commercial. And people say, "Oh, Dale, did you get my text?" And I was like, "Dale Earnhardt Jr. is giving his number out, man. He stole my idea." But what I realized is that when people texted Dale, the number would actually send them back a download link for a Sprint Drive Safe application, which would help you to focus on driving. So when people texted while the vehicle was in motion, right, it would actually say, "Hey, I'm driving right now, I'll hit you later," right? And I said, wow, if that's possible, is this possible globally, right? And someone reached out to me and said, "Yo, Ryan, that's not actually AT&T, it's actually Twilio." I said, "Okay, awesome, I'm getting me a Twilio account." And I didn't realize that you have to know how to code if you get a Twilio account, right? And so I discovered Twilio. I realized that it had a cool API, and it could actually, it could do the things I wanted to do. And what I really wanted to do was 3 things. For anyone that texted me, I wanted to know 3 things. Number one, you could try it, right? If you send me a text, my phone is automatically, this is very, very simple. It's not even bot level. It's simple stuff, right? Number one, who are you? I don't recognize this number. Give me your first name, last name, email, zip code, so I can, know where you are, right? Who are you? Number 2, I realize I can get even more sophisticated. So I have a Shopify store, and I can check when someone adds their email to my phone. I can check in my Shopify store, and I can check and see if they've ever bought my album. And if they haven't, I can recommend it gently. So if Rashid sent me a text right now, it would first hit him back and say, "Hey, I don't recognize this number, I need your info." And I'll send him to a form, he can fill out the info, and now he's in my phone. The same as if I actually took up my phone, handed it to him, and said, "Fill it in," right? Virtually. Number 2, once I have him in my actual database, I can cross-check my Shopify store and see if that email's ever made a purchase. If it hasn't, it could say, "Hey, Rashid, I noticed maybe you didn't hear about my new album. Here's a link to it if you want to check it out." The third thing that I wanted to do, and most importantly, is I wanted to give acknowledgement and appreciation to the people who were still supporting me, even though I wasn't on a big label anymore. I wanted to acknowledge and appreciate those people. So there it was. I could actually trigger a thank you text. Just say thank you. "Yo, I saw you just got my album 5 minutes ago, man. I just want to thank you. And you know what? I see you live in LA, so I'll text you next time I'm performing." Literally, my entire life started to change. Not just because I had a 50% conversion rate on sales, right? 'Cause when you think about it, if I was to ask Rashid straight up and say, "Hey, man, can I borrow $10?" It's 50-50, Either I'm selling him a reason to give me $10 or he's selling me a reason why he shouldn't, right? So that's the beauty of sort of one-to-one communication. And it's also, it's text, it's text. And also I'm really excited about Notify. So now I can actually, if Rashid doesn't want to be texted, if he prefers Facebook Messenger, I can hit him on Facebook Messenger or WeChat. But the beauty of this is that it started to give real depth to the people that supported me. I can now just look at my phone, and if I'm running late for a Delta red-eye flight, I can check and see if I have any fans in my phone book who work for Delta. If I'm doing a late night studio session and I forgot my credit card or whatever, I can see if any of my fans work for Domino's Pizza and want to send me a pizza to the studio. And people, when I talk about this, a lot of people say, "Well, Ryan, aren't you just? Isn't that just super duper fan exploitation, man? Isn't it enough that you have enough information on them that you can actually sell out concerts, you're selling records direct?" And what I realized is that people actually when they have a personal connection, they want to support you more than just a $10 album sale. They want to support you more than just a $1 single. And so I think what really started to happen for me is I just realized that the people who support me are actually real people. They're not just social media profiles. They're not just a mass of followers. It's not just a number of engagements or a percentage of conversion. They're actually real people. And they want to support you, like I said, or for me, they wanted to support me beyond just an album purchase. So being here in San Francisco, being in Silicon Valley, right, which I never really, I went to Harvard from a small city called Stockton, California, Bear Creek High School, and I went to Harvard out of my junior year. Oh, Stockton in the building. So I went to Harvard out of my junior year from Stockton, Bear Creek High School, and I didn't know anything about the Valley. And in 2013, when I started doing this, I put my cell phone number on Twitter, and I actually reached out to somebody with a cold tweet. I'm now an investor in his latest round. He runs a company called Walker & Company. His name is Tristan Walker. And I said, oh, somebody knows Tristan? Tristan fan in the building. One of them. Got you. I see you, man. So he went through the process, and he said, you know what? After he got the thank you for getting my record, he said, yo, Ryan, is this really you? Is this real? I said, yeah, man, it's really me. This is my number. He said, well, you need to meet Ben Horowitz. I said, okay, who's that? Right? He said, yo, man, look him up. He's pretty cool. He's awesome, right? So I looked him up. It took me a couple of months to actually finally get the meeting. And I went in and I told him my story. And I told him that I went to Code Academy to basically learn the basics of how to get Twilio to do what I needed it to do, because really it's just, I couldn't sign up for a Twilio account like a Google Voice account, right? And he said, yo, Ryan, this is pretty awesome. It's really amazing when founders solve their own problems. I said, well, what do you mean founders? I mean, this is my Superphone. And he said, no, Ryan, this is a problem that every modern person really that is building relationships on social, this is a problem that they have, right? And you're solving it. So I'm in. I said, okay, what does that mean? I said, what's that? And so he actually anchored a seed round. We just closed a $1.5 million seed round so that we could actually give this kind of messaging, this kind of relationship management, this kind of personal relationship management at scale to small businesses, Shopify store owners, networkers, founders. We've even got investment companies that accept pitches via text because they can send them to the form and actually look at the end of the day and see how many founders actually pitched them. So I'm really just inspired to be here. I never thought that me looking for a way to actually say thank you to my fans would ever land me on a stage early in the morning in front of thousands of developers and founders and really, really super smart people. But if you'd like to connect with me personally, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if you send me a text and you actually do enter your info on my phone, and there is something that we really can do together. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I have lots of investors, I have lots of athletes, I have lots of artists, and I hope that today, based on the power of personal communication, I can count many of you as friends. And before I get out of here, I want to give you an example. I was trying to figure out how messaging or how activating and galvanizing and energizing supporters could actually help me, not necessarily to make more money, but reduce the cost of me expressing myself on the level I wanted to express myself. Now, you have to forgive me because I have done work with Kanye, Jay, et cetera, and those guys like to live really big. Really big. So I said, yo, I'm independent, man, and I want to do this video, but I want it to be big. I want the idea to be big. It doesn't have to be like super heavily produced, but the concept is really simple. I want 30 Lamborghinis. And so we decided we were going to price this out, right? We wanted to price this out. I talked to a producer, and she said, okay, well, what kind of Lamborghinis you want? I said, well, you know, the kind that drive really fast and like, you know. But I wanted 80s and 90s Diablos and Countaches, right? Okay, we got some car buffs in the building, right? And so she said, okay, Ryan, well, listen, we'll do our best for you, but I'm going to tell you straight out of the gate, the ballpark price for something like this is probably about $3,000 a car. You want 30 of them. Just to get the cars reserved is going to be $90,000. That doesn't include the shooters, the camera, the production equipment, anything like that. So I went through my phone, not necessarily to look for Lamborghini owners, but someone actually sent me a text, and he said, yo, Ryan, man, you know, I like this song that you have. It's called Swiss Francs, and, you know, I wanted to send you a YouTube video of my birthday celebration. So I clicked on the YouTube video, and I saw that he just had all these Lamborghinis pulling up to his birthday celebration. And I said, yo, man, wow, that's cool. You made a video. You made the video I want to make. And he said, yo, Ryan, if you put me, because I'm a big fan of yours, if you give me a cameo in your video, I will make sure that I get 30 80s and 90s Diablos and Countaches to show up on set for your video free of charge. And I said, wow, that is cool. And so before I get out of here, I'm going to give you his name is T-Ball Venrini. And, you know, I'm going to perform the song. I'm going to let you guys see the video. Like I said, it's a very, very simple video. I'm just in a garage surrounded by 30 Lamborghinis. And I was but in any case, T-Ball Venrini, right? And what was so beautiful about this, I want you guys, as I'm performing, I want you to check the third verse, okay? Because I give him a cameo, I give him a shout out in the third verse. And he says, yo, Ryan, you know, it's my first time on a music video, man, so, you know, I want to do this cool thing for the cameo. And I said, all right, cool. I'm going to give you one shot, and if you get it wrong, then you're just going to sit in the video like this with shades on. And so we did the take, because we shot the whole video in one day. We got a lot of Lamborghinis there. We got to shoot it all in one day. We don't want 2 days of, you know, Lamborghinis there, right? So he says, yo, Ryan, here's what I want to do for my cameo. I want the camera to pan up, and then I want you to walk up to me in a Lamborghini, and I want you to give me a, you know, give me some dap, and then that's my cameo. And so I want you to look for the cameo, right, to see if he got this right. But basically what happened is the shot happened, I went up, gave him some dap, and then he just wouldn't let go. And so if you look in the third verse, you'll see that T-Ball Venrini, my homie, who provided 30 Lamborghinis for this shoot, is sitting there with the shades on, just like this. But without further ado, I'd like to give you a preview. Yeah.
I'll never give in.
I'll never
give up. I'll never break down.
Yeah.
Break down.
The cars look so beautiful, don't you agree? Yeah.
I'll never give
Hey.
in. I'll never give
Yeah.
up. I'll never break down. Never break down.
Listen, it's kind of autobiographical.
Yo, I moved from the futon, now I'm in the mansion. Took over the game, hold that shit for ransom. Never forget the day a supermodel said I'm handsome. Dad fell in love with her, he just want a grandson. I was in the studio, I was skipping classes. 15 braces plus Coke bottle glasses. Living in the future now, being broke is past tense. Cash game stupid boy, I ain't with the plastic. People ask me how I'm living, I say very great. I switched my level from a feather to a heavyweight. You see, I laid the blueprint so y'all can replicate. Ask me how I rose above, I learned to levitate. Made some money, put my mom in that Mercedes ride. Felt so good to see the pride in my old lady's eyes. I pray for her success and her continued health. Spend it on her before I spend this money on myself.
Yeah.
I'll never give
Never.
in. I'll never give
Never.
up. I'll never break down.
I never break down.
Break down.
You gotta keep fighting for it.
Never break it
Yeah.
down. I'll never never give. I'll never give up. I'll never break down.
Second verse is a little bit about my story as an artist.
Hey yo, artists out here lost, looking for advances. Come sit at my round table, I got all the answers. Teach you how to hustle, put you in the trenches. You should know that money from these labels too expensive. They take their money, then they put you on the fucking shelf. You be better off to do that shit your fucking self. One to one, homie, move that music hand to hand. 18 months, I was looking at 500 grand. Future looking brighter through my new gazelles. 30,000 strong, you should see my ticket sales. Girls screaming, we do them real sets, we burn stages. Girls screaming, we writing rules, man, we turn pages. Yeah. Vision taking pictures for my history book. The legend. Fuck with me, I'ma show you how this history look. Everything I recorded is till the end of time. They gon' have to take it from me, I'm defending mine. The champ.
The champ.
I'll never give.
Yeah.
I'll never give. I'll never break down.
You gotta forgive me, man, though.
Never break down.
Usually my concerts are like 12 hours later. Yeah.
I'll never give. I'll never give.
Yeah.
I'll never break down.
Pay attention to this last verse.
I'll never break down.
Yeah.
Grant myself 100 wishes, that mean I'm a genie. 580 horses in my Lamborghini. When I pull them beauties out, that mean I'm with Van Rini. I'm disguising 30 cars, that mean you never see me. I'm good to my women, sleep as much as I can. Pray my sins are forgiven, put my trust in his hands. We gon' take it to the pinnacle, the highest heights. Before I leave this mortal earth, they gon' say Ryan nice. A legend. I'll never give up. I'll never give up. I'll never break down.
Never gonna break down.
Never see me giving in, no. I'll never give in. I'll never give up. I'll never break down.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Never break down.
thank you so much. My name is Ryan Leslie. It's been a pleasure rocking with y'all today. Jeff, thanks for giving me this platform, man.
Let's hear it for Ryan! Awesome story. That's amazing. Thank you. Awesome story. What a great way to close out Signal. If you had fun at Signal, you know, we're trying to do something with Signal, a conference like no other. If you had fun here, first of all, we're going to London in September. So you can come to Signal in London in September. And we will be right back here at Pier 27 1 year from now, May 2017. And you can buy your tickets today for only $250 inside. You get a special deal if you buy it today for all of you as a thank you for being here. This has been awesome. We've had some amazing speakers. Have fun today. We'll see you tonight at BAP. Thank you.
Being broke is past tense. Cash game, stupid boy.